Good morning, Kids Church. It's great to be with you this morning. My name's Joe and I'm Joshua's daddy. You may have seen me at church before. Today we're going to look at a few different things that's happening in the Bible, and I've got my Lego set up here. But before I start, can you remember what story you looked at last week? Have a think, what was it? Yes, that's right. You looked at the story of Jesus helping a soldier, didn't you? And the story highlighted how sometimes Jesus helps us even when we can't see him. And today we're going to be thinking a little bit more about Jesus helping people. So this week we've got a story that also appears in the Bible. And to start with, I just wanted to ask you another question. Have you ever felt sad about something because maybe you've lost it? Have you ever lost anything? Oh, what was that? Yes, you're right. I've heard a few things that you might have lost there. I heard someone mention some cats that you've lost before, maybe your pet. Maybe I did hear a special teddy being lost, and even I heard a dinosaur. There was a couple of dinosaurs that were lost there. Yeah. And sometimes you might feel a bit sad if you've lost something, and today someone's going to lose something special in our story. There's going to be a lady that appears this week, and she's down here in our story, okay? And to start off with, we're going to find out how Jesus helped her. So, this story is taken from a book in the Bible called Luke, okay? And you might have heard of different books of the Bible, and our story today is from Luke. And it starts with Jesus. Now, I've got a tricky job here because I'm trying to mix Duplo and Lego, as most of you will know. So here we've got Jesus and we've got some of his disciples. And they are walking to a town, okay? And the town is called Nain. Now, lots of people were following him behind. Now, you can't quite see those people, but there are lots of people following him behind. And he appears at the big gate to the place of Nain. Now, can you remember anything before that Jesus had done and why lots of people might be following him? Yes, you're right, that's great. He's done lots of miracles, wasn't it? Lots of amazing things, and you've heard about lots of those things over the past few weeks in our kids groups. And I wonder if we're going to find out about Jesus also doing something amazing. But as Jesus reached this town, this place here, this lady here, she was really, really sad. And actually there was a crowd around here, around the gate, and all of those people were very upset. And unfortunately, this lady here, her only son who she had, he died. And she was very upset and all alone. And I imagine she would be missing her son a lot. Now, sometimes in life, sad things can happen, can't they? And just like maybe when you've lost your teddy, or lost your dinosaur, or your cat, or your pet, it feels really sad. But the good thing is that Jesus knows when we feel sad, and he loves us, and he still cares for us. So that's a really good thing to try and remember, even when we're looking at this story here. So, back to our story down here. We've got Jesus and we've got this lady who is feeling very sad. And do you know what? Jesus came up to the lady and said, "Don't cry." And she was probably thinking, well, I am crying because I'm really sad. But then Jesus went over past the crowd to where the boy was buried. Now, he was in like a bit of a box. And you might remember when Jesus died on the cross, you might have heard that story. He was put in a tomb, wasn't he? Well, this kind of box thing here is a bit like a small version of a tomb. And what Jesus did is he went up and he touched the box just like that. Now, the crowd at the time were really confused by it. They were thinking, well, that's a bit strange. Why has he touched the box? But I also think, I wonder if something amazing was going to happen. And do you know what Jesus said? He said, "Get up." When he said that, what do you think happened? What do you think happened when he said that? Yes, you're right. The boy suddenly got up. He sat up and he started to speak. Well, the crowd were amazed. I mean, me looking at this story now, I'm amazed at what happened. And do you know what? Jesus may not bring people back to life now, but he gives us life forever. And that is a really, really cool thing. And do you know what? All of these people here must have been really amazed. And how do you think the mum must have felt when they came back and there was the son and Jesus had just helped him come back to life? How do you think she felt? Yeah, I agree. They must have been amazed, mustn't she? And she must have been so thankful to Jesus that her son is alive again. So, that's a bit of our story of what's been happening. Now, I'd just like to share a little verse that appears in the Bible. Okay? So, I'd just like to share a little verse that appears in the Bible. And it appears in a book called John, and it's in John 10. And it says, I have come that they may have life. And I wonder this week if maybe you can ask any adult that you're with to have a go. That adult might be able to write down that verse and you might be able to try and remember it. And the verse, I have come that they may have life. I wonder if you can try and remember that this week. So, going back to our story down here, we've obviously got the son and the mum and we've got Jesus. And I think that mum must have felt super happy at that time, because in our story it even says she went back praising God, and the crowd actually did the same. So soon everyone was talking about it. Now I think that this story shows us that Jesus really cares about us, and he cares about how we're feeling in the good times and also in the sad times when we're a little bit upset. And just like in here, we've got the story of the mum and the son feeling happy after Jesus had helped them. So, I wonder, just finishing off, I wonder if there's 3 questions that you might be able to answer with whoever you're with at the moment. So the first question that I've got down here, why was the lady upset at the start of our story? Can you remember? Yes, that's right. She was upset, wasn't she, because her son had died. Good, well done. So, question number 2 that I had written down. What did Jesus do for the lady's son? Can you remember? That's right. He went over, touched the box, and the son had life again, didn't he? Excellent answers, really well. I can tell you've been listening. Okay, third and final question. Can you remember my memory verse that I talked about earlier? Have a think, have a chat to whoever you're with at the moment, see if you can try and remember. Yes, good try, well done. It was, I have come that they may have life. I nearly forgot it myself then. Okay, I have come that they may have life. So see if you can try and remember that this week. I am so impressed at how well you've listened. You've been able to answer my questions and you've remembered this story. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've really enjoyed sharing this week from the book in the Bible here. So before I pray, don't forget you can complete the activity book. I haven't got Joshua's, but it's lesson 7 that you can have a go with, and there's some colouring activities for the younger ones and some extra bits to do for the older ones. So lesson 7 in your activity book, you can have a go with that. So should we pray just to finish? Dear Lord, thank you that you love us and that you care for us. We are sorry when we do wrong things. Help us to make the right choices. Thank you that you give us life and that we can ask for help when things are hard. Amen. So, thanks so much again for joining me this morning. I really hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have, and hopefully I'll get to see you soon. Take care. Bye.